I fell, not into fire, but into a vast, frozen wasteland. The very center of hell.
Hell is located beneath the visible world in a conical pit which descends right down to the center of the earth. The lower the level of hell, the more evil it is. The pit was formed when the angel Lucifer fell from grace and was thrown down from heaven and hit the earth. The pit of hell is the impact crater. Dante's vision starts in the dark wood on the edge of hell. With Virgil, he slips beneath the surface of the earth and descends into the inferno. This is the best-known part of the Divine Comedy, a dramatic journey through torture and misery. Past unthinkable evils where the wicked are punished forever. No class of society is protected from divine retribution. Cardinals and popes are as likely to be found in hell as prostitutes and thieves. Virgil guides and protects Dante as they descend.
Do you know what I mean by perspectivism? What we have read so far, perspectivism simply means the presence of viewpoints, various viewpoints, which one somehow manages to control. I know all viewpoints. In Dante, this is the case, the way the whole of Inferno is written. The perspective on styles. Dante uses all possible styles that I have been exemplifying for you here as we discuss the poem. He uses the courtly language and the courtly rhetoric of Francesca, the other court, the legal court of Pierre de Levigne, the court of the, let's say, the schools with Brunetto Latini, the language of the prophets. He uses all perspectives. It's the whole of the Divine Comedy is such a difference. Dante uses this perspectivism, which I repeat, really means a way of assembling various points of view in the persuasion that this is what really he has. He's in exile in 1302. He has been traveling all over Italy, and he thinks that he can go on forging the language, the vernacular language of Italy. He will go on, let me just go back to say other things about the De Vulgare Eloquentia I didn't say. He will go on writing about the proximity of the Romance languages. He invents this idea of Romance languages. He says that the way in which French, Provençal, Spanish, Italian are connected together, he says it's one particle, the way we use the C. Or when he talks about the Provençal, he says they actually call to say yes, they say "uck," which I guess is when they have to make an affirmative statement. So he goes on talking about the sea, the language of the sea, the way the language of the north. This is what the families of languages are being built together. So Nimrod, to go back to the text, the story of Nimrod and the story of Dante seems to be strangely very close, but there's more. Look at what he does, because it's so, the link with the De Vulgare Eloquentia are just extraordinary. Even this line that everybody thinks doesn't mean anything, Raphael, Maia, Mech, Zabi Almi, if you look at it carefully, I'm really going to tell you something. It is an imperfect, there's one letter, anagram of a Hebrew line from the Psalms. And the reference to suite of Psalms next will tell you that Dante is really giving the source. The line in the Psalm, Psalm 22, is Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. The fact that there is no exact correspondence only means that the editors have missed the point that they should amend the text. So it would be an argument for textual emendation. That's something that the philologists are very careful about doing, but they always welcome possibilities. This is really, it's an amazing, so he's using Hebrew. Because that's what he had said in the De Vulgare Eloquentia, that Hebrew, though this is an inverted, twisted language by the builder of the Tower of Babel, we are not supposed to understand it, and yet behind all confusion, there is still something intelligible. That's the argument. Behind all twisted appearances of things, there is a residue of intellect, of intelligible, an intelligible message that is going to be given. What are these words, by the way? Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, because I'm going right past it very quickly in the belief that everybody will know it. These are the words, Psalm 22, they are the words that Jesus on the cross cites. Father, Father, why have you forsaken me? It's really the tragic moment, or the moment of the crucifixion, where the Son feels that he's completely abandoned, and that somehow the whole divine play, the whole divine order is no longer responsive to him. It's really the moment of the theological despair, let me call it, okay? And Dante, so that's, now, and Dante is aware that if Nimrod, that's what Dante, I think, is telling Nimrod obliquely, had he not been so stupid, he would have known, by using this kind of language, the way in which he would have been reaching heaven. You know, the way to heaven is the way to go down into humility and not up through the building of the Tower of Babel and the confusion of tongues. And then there is this whole
Here, weeping puts an end to weeping, and grief turns inward to intensify its anguish.
Tell me your reason. And I promise, if you are justified in your revenge, I'll repay your confidence in the world above, unless my tongue dry up before I die.
The living brain of Archbishop Ruggieri is being eaten by Count Ugolino. They had conspired together to betray the town of Pisa. Ruggieri turned on Ugolino and locked him up together with his children. He barricaded the door and left the family to their fate.
I saw them all fall one by one as the fifth and sixth day passed. And I, but then gone blind, groped over their dead bodies. Though they were dead, 2 days I called their names. Then hunger proved more powerful than grief.
I fell, not into fire, but into a vast, frozen wasteland. The very center of hell.